Welcome back to the M3 podcast. My name is Jayden and I'm with Davis today, and we are going to be doing podcast number 13. I can't believe it's been like 13. This is our 13th episode.
Yeah,
which is
especially since we had such a big hiatus, and now it seems like we're going off quite consistently. It's actually really good now.
Yeah, exactly, right? So now we're back on it. We're doing it every week. So for topics for today, we have Jayden's Gaming Corner for week number 5. We're going to be talking about the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse sequel that is coming. Lobo, a new TV series coming to Syfy, and talking on alternative streaming services. We're going to be talking about the best free movie or TV streaming apps according to an article that Davis has found. So, Davis, you ready to get into it?
Yes, sir. Let's get her done.
Let's get her done. All right. So the first article we have today is there's some new gaming stuff that's coming out. So apparently a new top-down racing game called Circuit Superstars has been announced, and there's a 37-second trailer to play with it. But the things to note from the trailer are the art style, which is top-down, so you're looking straight down onto the track. And it honestly looks like a lot of fun. It reminds me of an old game that I used to play a lot called Koro Q. And it absolutely looks amazing. So go check out this trailer, guys. Everything will be left in the description as usual. But it looks
like a top-down racing game. I've heard of top-down shooters or whatever.
Yeah.
But a top-down racing game, that would be I think that'd be kind of weird. It'd be fun. It'd be unique. But is it like race cars, or is it like go-kart, or is it like is it arcade style? What is it?
It's like race car kind of stuff. So there are a few pictures that are shown, but you're racing in race cars, kind of like you're going down the Indy 500 kind of thing, but not in those types of cars, like in sports cars.
Oh, cool. So kind of like the Forza games or
yeah,
cars,
like a Forza game. Exactly. That's the perfect analogy. So it's like a Forza game, and there's even a pit stop mechanic, which is super cool because I've never really been a fan of pit stops, but I'm excited to see how it actually comes into gameplay.
So going into you having to actually change your tires and that kind of stuff, or
yep. You have to fill up on gas, change your tires, stuff like that.
Oh, so you're gonna have to time it perfectly, eh?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to be mad skillful. It's not like Mario Kart or anything where there are power-ups, at least not from what I saw. It just looks like it's pure cartoon racing, and it absolutely looks fantastic.
Oh, I'm not a huge fan of racing games. I'll play them occasionally, but that'd be a good to me, even though you're saying it's Forza style or whatever, it seems kind of like arcade style to me. This is what I'm thinking of because of it being a top down. So it'd be fun. Let's waste a couple hours or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. It looks like
too crazy.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game. So it's expected to release in 2020 for PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Let's hope that they are with the times and they will get it on Xbox Scarlet and PS5 because they are coming holidays of 2020.
Okay.
So hopefully they'll be releasing to it, or if at least it'll be backwards compatible. That's the most I'm hoping for. Because there are new Nintendo Switch consoles coming out. There are the 2 main consoles coming out, and PC will not ever change. So you know what? PC doesn't really matter in this case.
Because PC Master Race, according to
I enjoy gaming on a PC, but I enjoy playing on my Xbox a lot more. It's just something about achievement hunting and being an Xbox fanboy that just...
For me, gaming-wise, I like console because you're sitting in front of your TV on your couch or whatever, right? It's serious, but it's not as hardcore, right? PC gaming is you're sitting in front of your tower, your laptop, whatever, and you're in a chair that's not as comfortable and everything. You're hardcore, what is it, WASD?
WASD,
right?
or QWER, also known as QWER.
QWER. Oh, I've never seen that. Never heard of that version.
Those are for MOBA style games, so League of Legends, Dota, those kinds of games. They focus on using abilities more than focusing on movement. Movement is made with the mouse. WASD is more meant for games like Call of Duty and Overwatch and stuff like that. And I will give PC credit. It is probably one of the better things to game on, graphics and performance wise.
Yeah.
Not really price wise. If you're looking for price and you're looking for low end budgets or anything like that, I say go with consoles or anything, because every few years you're going to be spending thousands of dollars upgrading to the next best thing until eventually we hit a wall where it's like, cool, we have 8K screens, there's nothing else we can do. Sorry, like once you hit this cap, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
well, exactly, especially since you're already on VR, and VR you can do with a PS4, right?
VR you can do with PS4.
And Xbox doesn't have VR yet, does it?
No, the closest thing that we ever got to VR was the Kinect. And everyone was like, Kinect was a colossal disaster, and it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, I enjoy my time at Kinect. I still, like, I have the Kinect plugged in over there playing games, because, like, that's part of my form of exercise is if it's like, I'm too lazy to go for a run, the gym in my town that I used to use is the pool I used to work at, or I still work at. I used to go to that gym every single day before work, and it was like, it's 5 minutes away from my house. There's nothing better than going to the gym that's 5 minutes away from your house. For free, mind you, because we get free memberships. Yeah, exactly, right? But now that that's gone, it's like, I don't like working out too much at home, because it's like, there are so many things I'd much rather be doing than working out at home.
Yeah.
So, like, there are improvements to it. Like, oh, I can play Xbox. I can play fucking Skyrim. That's what my dad does. He sits on the bike and he plays Skyrim, or he's on the elliptical machine and he's watching like football or something. And he's really fit. He's really, really fit. Like, it's amazing. And I'm just like, I should be
get on to that.
Yeah, I should. Like, I'm playing Kinect Sports. Like, that's part of my form of exercise. Either that, or I'm swimming, or I'm going bouldering. Like, I don't know.
I've never really got into Kinect because I had PS3 and Xbox 360, and then I jumped to PS4. So I had the PlayStation Move. So and that's when they were trying to kind of more compete. It was more competition with Wii than it was with Kinect, and Kinect was trying to be like, was originally when it came out, it was supposed to be like same thing but without any controllers at all.
Yep.
And it was buggy and it didn't work. And I just remembered that. So people just hated it from the get-go. But I know like obviously the PS4 to the PlayStation Move actually like has improved over the years, because they added like the gun you can do for like certain like Call of Duty-esque games or whatever, and now you use it with the VR, right? So I think that's, and is it gonna, I wonder, is the PS5 gonna like have like a bundle where like PS5 VR like together or anything?
I would assume so. Either that, or it has to have some adaptability, because I know when Xbox made the jump from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, they came out with a brand new Kinect, and everyone was pissed off about it. It's like, hey, because I spent $200 on this piece of shit brick that spies on me, now I have to buy an even chunkier piece of shit brick that's even more, that's even worse because it spies on you even more. So like, what the fuck are we doing here?
We should just be used to it by now. Like, your phone's already spying on you, your computer already is. Fuck, you just get used to it.
Yep, exactly.
We're slaves. We're slaves to Google and Disney.
Yep. I use Google Assistant, and I'm sad to say it does not work as well as you'd think. You'd think it would be able to do like everything for you. I just use it to, like, when I'm lazy and I don't want to send a text, I'm just like, hey, text Davis, get your ass on Facebook, you know? And then it's like, did you say, text to Davis Sterling, get your ass over here so I can bang it. Like, it just does that, and I'm just like, okay, that's for later, but like, Google, come on, chill your shit, right?
Yeah, it's not perfect. It does still need a little bit of improvements, but anyway, sorry, we're going down a huge rabbit hole here. Do you want to continue to what you were talking about?
Let's continue. Anyway, so let's move on to the next thing. So this article right here, it says, EA Suggests Anthem will be around for generations, and we've already had our fair share talk of EA and Anthem. So let's just keep this short. That's our reaction to it. That's all you get. Legit, there's no way it's gonna survive this long. If you made an amazing game from the start and it progressively was shittier, it lasts longer. Like, legit. That's how it works.
And not have to deal with what was it? Not loot boxes, but what do they call it again?
Surprise mechanics.
Surprise mechanics. Yeah. If you don't have to get rid of your surprise mechanics,
Yep.
loot boxes, whatever the hell you want to fucking call it, and just we had the yeah, exactly. I guess we had this rant already.
Yeah,
about
we had with Anthem. It was more about the repetitive grindingness. Like, it was so bad from what I heard from players, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? That EA kind of deserves all this hatred. And it's just like, who is it? Todd Howard. I'm pretty sure Todd Howard said in an interview once, so don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure, but they were like, it's not about the release of the game, it's how you build it up afterwards. It's like, no, it's not.
Oh,
no, it's
right,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. It's not like, hey, it's not the fact that the burger you ordered only had the pieces of bread. It's about what comes out after it that makes it better. No, I expect, if I order a burger from McDonald's, I expect a full fucking burger. I don't expect just a bread and just like, oh yeah, the rest of it will come. It's fine. No, you put everything up front, and then if we want more, we will give more.
Yeah, exactly. That's
all we're gonna say about this. Not fucking EA. Yeah, good joke. Good, nice fucking joke. Anyways, on to a good game. So this article says Cyberpunk 2077 will have at least a massive 80 gigabyte install size on PS4.
Holy fuck!
80 gigabytes on PS4. So clear some space, boys. This shit's huge. So
holy shit, that's 8% of a terabyte.
Exactly.
Or 8 like
0.8.
Yeah, and no, that's sorry, I'm being dumb. 80% because 1 terabyte is 100 gigs, so it's that's 80% of your freaking 1 terabyte console.
1 terabyte is 1,000.
Is 1,000? Oh, sorry, I was being dumb.
It's okay.
Oh,
so
anyway, but still, it's still a good chunk of just for one game. Holy shit.
Yeah. So this article does give references to 2 other games that have like similar sizes. So one of them being Red Dead Redemption 2, being 105 gigabytes as a download. Then Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 had a 101 gigabytes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You would not think that. Then again, it's 14 zombies maps, about 24 multiplayer maps, plus a campaign. But then again, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say with like Red Dead, like I remember I never played Red Dead 2. I played the first one, but seeing online the like images and stuff like that, like the amount of like just the graphics alone for Red Dead 2. So like that would take up a shit ton of space, and it's supposed to be apparently it's because it's Rockstar, so it's like bigger than like some of the Grand Theft Auto games. Like,
yeah, it's insane what this has actually become. And the weird thing is, what is it? The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt with the 2 expansions that it had. It was actually just, the fuck are you doing? So apparently Cyberpunk 2077 is actually bigger than The Witcher 3 Wild Hunts, with both of the Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone expansion. Nice Hearthstone reference. But yeah, like these 2 expansions plus the main game itself are not bigger than Cyberpunk. For reference, those 3 things were 51 gigabytes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it's big, but
they
not
need
that
all
big.
that. You know what? They need all that to render beautiful Keanu Reeves.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's what it is. It's literally just to fucking do it with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
just
Keanu Reeves, man.
Just to render Keanu Reeves. That's all it is. But yeah, exactly. And this article doesn't really say much outside of that. It just has more hype around it. And most people will probably buy it anyways. So, like, that's not going to be a big deal. People have bought, like, the $250 special edition. There is absolutely no reason for them to be like, yeah, I'll spend another $100 on a 1 terabyte hard drive just to play the game. Like, people are that dedicated. And I have 2 1 terabyte hard drives. And
yeah, some people would. Yeah.
I clear that out. So the next thing we're going to get into is actually not an article. So this week, or I think the past 2 weeks, Xbox was doing this promotion for the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, which we covered a little bit. So just a recap of what it is. It's Xbox Live Gold membership to play online with your friends and stuff and with other people. It also includes the Xbox Game Pass, which has like a certain amount of games that you get for having the Game Pass, and then they also have the Game Pass for PC. So it's the exact same games, but you can play them on your PC and you can get achievements and play with your friends and shit like that. So they're doing a promotion right now. Well, they were doing a promotion, depends on when this gets uploaded. $1.05 for a month. And everyone's like, well, that's not a big deal. Like, oh sure, I'll shoot like $1.05. That's fine by me. What it actually is Major Nelson made a tweet about this saying, and I made a tweet about this saying, if you spend that $1.05, that entire duration of your current Xbox Live Gold membership transforms into Ultimate Game Pass. Does that make sense?
So instead of
just having gold, you'll have the 2 Game Passes as well on top of gold. So here's the super smart thing that I did and that I figured out from other people who'd replied to Major Nelson on Twitter. They were like, oh, I have it till 2021. Oh, I have it till 2022. And I was like, how do you do that? Here's the trick. What you were supposed to do, and if this ever comes around again, I'm going to warn you right now. I made a post on Twitter about this, so follow me on Twitter if you want to learn about this kind of stuff. Or Major Nelson, doesn't really matter. So what you do is you go and you buy 36 months of Xbox Live Gold. That's the maximum that you can have, so 3 years. So you buy 3 years, and then you go and you upgrade to the Ultimate Game Pass. Therefore transferring all of that gold into Ultimate Game Pass. For 3 years.
Nice.
And instead
just for an extra $1.
Just for an extra $1. So here's the like money behind this. So Canadian Xbox Live 12-month memberships run around $70, $80. So let's use 70 because I'm pretty sure it's 70. So times that by 3, 210. And then the 105 for the Game Pass plus tax. So you spend $211.05 compared to I'm pretty sure it's like $17. So $17.36 $17 per month for the Ultimate Game Pass. That's $612. So 612 minus 21.05, you are saving upwards of $400 if you do this system.
Holy shit.
And that's like the most you can get it for. This is if you have no gold. So let's say you have like 3 months left and you buy another 12, so you or 24, so then you spend $140, and then 9 months is probably somewhere around like $60, something like that. I don't know. Microsoft's weird about this. You can only get 3, 6, or 12 months. So you do the math on that. Boom, you're still saving money. You're saving a ton of money. And I did this and I was like, holy shit, this was amazing. Such a good freaking deal. I was so happy with myself. And I used my Microsoft rewards. Man, that was a fucking mistake. I actually ended up spending more money than I was supposed to. I used my Microsoft rewards to get 3 free months of gold membership.
Yeah.
If I didn't do that, I could have bought 2 12-month cards instead of 1 12-month card and 3 3-month cards. Yeah, so I spent even more money than I was supposed to, and I was like, shit, I could have just saved money, and I would have saved those points too. But you know what? That's a lesson learned. I won't make that mistake again.
How
that's
often
amazing.
How often do they do this $5 promotion or whatever? Is it just like a random one-time thing, or is it?
They did it in spring because they're like, oh, games for spring or whatever. So it was like $1 for 3 months for Game Pass, and I was like, I could spare $1 for Game Pass, sure, why not? And it ended up being an awesome decision because I found some of my most played games so far this year on there, like Wizard of Legend, Tomb Raider, stuff like that. So absolutely, if you took part in this deal and you have an Xbox and you absolutely took part in this deal, good job. You spent that dollar wisely, because now you have a ton of games. And it's like, say your Xbox dies and you're waiting for a new one, just hop on your PC, man. Just hop on your PC. You prefer playing on PC, but you still want to get achievements and stuff? Boom, go on your Xbox or go on your PC.
If you're playing, I'm just going to use this out of random, like Call of Duty, for example.
Yep.
If you're playing it on Xbox and you get an achievement on Xbox, do you still have to get that same achievement on PC as well, or if you get it on one, do you get it on the same?
You get it on one, you get it on the same. It's linked by accounts.
So it's a linked account. So yeah, there you go. So exactly. If you're going through
achievement hunter like me,
achievement hunter, and you're going through and your Xbox just crashes. As long as you like your progress has saved or whatever, you can open the same game and continue it on PC. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
It's such a good deal, and I was super happy I found that out, and I spread it on Twitter. Unfortunately, I don't know how many people saw it, but hopefully people did see it. I spread it across our Discord server. I was telling other people about it. Other people were like, "No, that's stupid." I'm like, "You guys, it's $1.05 for a bunch of free freaking games."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, we have to pay for the subscription after." It's like, no, you don't. You can just cancel after. You can just hit that cancel button so it doesn't auto-subscribe you, and then just go back to paying for gold. And if this comes up again, boom, you're saving even more money. So I'm set for like summer of 2022. That's a lie. That's like, I can't remember. It's somewhere. I think it's somewhere near summer of 2022, and I'm like, ooh,
2022, not 2021.
2022.
2022. Fuck. Well, then,
Yeah.
There you go. You're golden. Paid
Yeah,
for
exactly. Because my next.
You're better than golden.
Oh yeah. I'm ultimate.
There you go.
There, the awkward silence. But
Yeah.
anyways, that was just a small little thing that I wanted to get in because I knew I was forgetting something. But there you go.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's absolutely something amazing that I found. So thank you to everyone who was at Xbox support, because I was like talking to them about this, and they were like, "Yeah, you can absolutely do that." I accidentally left a girl named Maria on red because I was at work, and they were like, "Jayden, we need you on deck," and I had to go on deck for a fucking half hour while I was having this conversation, but she was still able to answer the questions during this conversation, and so, you know, I was just like, I felt so rude, and she had to leave and go help someone else, and I'm like, I feel so bad, but I got my questions answered. So awesome customer support there. Anyways, let's move on.
That's good.
There you go. Let's stop Xbox fanboying. Let's move on to Yu-Gi-Oh fanboying. So Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, it's time to die.
Duel. Yeah.
But anyways, Funko.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that meme?
I've seen every meme.
It's Yami. It's Yami Yugi standing up against the wall. It has a clock, and it's pointed at every word. It just says duel.
No, I haven't, but that would be hilarious. That'd be like my new phone background. But anyways, so we have Yu-Gi-Oh is coming out with a Dark Magician exclusive pop figure. It's
Really?
Yep, it's a Hot Topic exclusive, and it's Dark Magician, who is amazing, and I think they really did justice with the character. So, hats off to them. Easily the best like Funko Yu-Gi-Oh pop figure that they've had so far.
Yeah, Dark Magician finally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, so that Yu-Gi-Oh came out years ago, because probably what, early like 2003-ish.
Yeah, something like that. Let's take a look. Yu-Gi-Oh, because I remember it was a competitor with like Pokemon.
Well, it's its own. Well, kind of, sort of. Like Digimon was the big competitor. There, I just sent you the meme. Digimon was the big kind of competitor with Pokemon, which kind of failed. It's kind of got stuck in the 90s, but yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, like I tried kind of following it, like now as like my young adult, like early 20s and on, stuff like that, but it's changed so much from when it first came out. Like I used to be, I was pretty good at it, like so I think I might have mentioned this before. Basically, when I was a teenager, where I lived in Wainwright, there was three kind of people that were like the best at like the games and few sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this guy Tommy, my buddy Eric, and then me. I was like always like the third, and Yu-Gi-Oh was one of the things that we played, and it was always like us competing, and I was always the like, we would go back and forth again playing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had this one thing that I did where it was the Man-Eater Bug. I remember I had three in my deck, and I would have it take it, look at it, blah blah, place it face down defense, then boom, destroy a super high level monster on the opposite team. Yeah, I lose a monster too, but I lose no life points. They get fucked.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That was my favorite thing to do, and to piss so many people off.
The cuck itself.
I actually had the Yugi deck too, so I had the Dark Magician and stuff. But then I was dumb and sold all 200 of my cards at a garage sale for $2 because
Oh no,
yeah,
dude, that's the
that
worst. Like that reminds me of when I was a kid. I gave all my Pokemon cards away to some. I think it was like a daycare or something. And the
Yep.
same thing with my Bakugan. And I miss my old Bakugan so much because I had like all the OGs, and I was like, this is the best game ever made. And I was like, oh, I want to get back into it with my friends. My friends want to get back into it.
Yeah.
I want to try and find them. I was like texting people. I was like, hey, do you have my old Bakugan? Nope, they were just gone for good. And I was
Yeah.
like, what a shame. That's the end of an era.
The furthest I got would have been Beyblade. I never, because
Oh.
Bakugan came out just after Beyblade, and that was when I was starting to get a little too kind of old for that kind of stuff. So I
Mhm.
never got into Bakugan. I remember seeing it around and stuff, but yeah, I guess Beyblade was definitely the furthest of that kind of era, I guess.
Mhm. Did you
But,
know
like-
there's like Beyblade competitions still going on in like high schools and stuff? I don't know if it's
Really?
just like for meme videos or whatever, but there have been like crowds of like hundreds of kids betting on Beyblade games. So like these two kids will have like a ring around them of other kids, and they'll be like, Beyblade, let her rip, and they're just like they just go nuts with it. And like they'll go and they're like, come on, and someone will win, and they all start freaking out or whatever. It's like,
Really?
dude, I wish
There's-
I went to that fucking high school when I grew up.
There's no the thing with that is there's no real strategy. Like you can put like different gears on it and different
Mm-hmm.
like blades or whatever, but it's just I did you ever watch the anime, the Beyblade anime?
Like I think I
Like, 'cause-
did, but it was like, wasn't it something it had to do with like the cores were animals or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
each one had a different monster or whatever, and they kind of projected, and the tops would be spinning or whatever, but like the monsters would be attacking each other, and
Mm-hmm.
the main character, his thing was to go like this and like do the full rotation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember trying to do that as a young kid too, like
Mm-hmm.
because I had it was the same thing. You could go like like in Yugi, you get like the Yugi deck or the Joey deck or
Yeah.
Kaiba deck or whatever, right? Like Beyblade was the same thing. You would buy the 3-4 main characters, Beyblades. I was gonna say discs, but yeah,
Mhm.
and you had to interchange the little guy on top and stuff like that. And yeah, I remember trying to do the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That was that's our childhoods in a nutshell. But yeah, they came out with a Funko Pop. So there you go. You can get yourself your first Funko, Davis. Get your first one.
Yeah, I don't know. I might, to be honest, just
dude,
because of
Speaking of Funkos, guess what I picked up the other day?
another Joker one.
No, I didn't pick up another Joker. I picked up the other three. I picked up the other three characters.
Oh, so it's still from Persona, but
Yeah, so
Just-
it's the other character. So I have the female Panther, I have the cat Mona, and I have the dude Ryuji. In Ryuji his name is Skull in the game, but yeah, I have all of them now, and they all sit perfectly on my wall up
do you
here.
take them out of the box, or are you the?
Oh
leave
yeah,
in the box type
I'm one of
guy?
those guys that takes them out of the box. I keep the
You take-
boxes.
Yeah,
I don't mind
'cause,
keeping
like,
the boxes.
the thing with like the whole like don't take them out of the box, but like Funko, there's like so many of them. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not like they're ever gonna be worth money or anything like that anyway, unless you find the random like rare ones that are like
The
maybe
misprints.
50 made or something like that. Like
Or like
you
a
know.
misprint where instead of saying
Yeah.
Joker, it says Kojer, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone
I
messed up. Someone was fired.
One that I honestly I might get just because I might get Silent Bob, like
Yeah.
Jane Silent Bob, just
There you
because it's Kevin Smith and Kevin Smith is my favorite director, and
Mhm.
I kind of want to be like Kevin Smith. So
There you go.
I kind of might.
Get him on your wall, basically.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I might get,
Mhm.
I might eventually. But they're like, how much are they? They're like $40.
Dude, at Hot Topic, it was 3 for 33.
Okay, that's not bad, but I
That's
don't know.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. I don't. Anyway,
So,
but
anyways,
that's neat. I think that's. It took them. They've never done any like Yu-Gi-Oh ones before, or is it just the?
they have done
Or
the
is it-
Yu-Gi-Oh ones.
Okay.
They did Yugi, Kaiba, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Dark Magician Girl, which is dumb because I don't know how Dark Magician Girl made it past the Dark Magician in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you
And
going to have the
would-
sequel without the original?
It would make if they continue doing it, it would be good to do like Exodia too, because like as like one of the bigger ones. Like,
Oh, that
like
would be cool.
the Thanos size ones or whatever. Like you can get
Yeah.
Thanos Funkos that are like
They're like
a little
huge,
bit bigger.
yeah.
Yeah. So you could do like Exodia or like the original God monsters or something like that. Like I could see because I remember a while ago back in maybe 2010 or so. There was a statue of the 3 God monsters. It was like I'm gonna try to proportion it a little bit with what you can see. So like for my chest, it was probably about like here to here,
Jesus.
and like there to there. Of like it had obelisk like doing like a punch towards the golden one. What was it called?
Slifer. No, there was
no,
Slifer and Raw, wasn't it?
Raw. Yeah, he was like punching Raw, and Slifer was wrapped around both of them, and it was like screaming and like so it was like him there and then them there and then like kind of wrapped around the middle. It was made of like fuck, what's it called? What are the thing that like pots and not pot? What are that's anyway? It was like glass or whatever, and it was this really cool thing, but it was like almost $500.
Oh God.
And I was like, that's so cool, but like, yeah, I totally can't do that.
No, you can't spend $500 on a Funko. I feel like you have to be a really, really hardcore fan to do that.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
I just want to finish with this last little piece. So you said Yu-Gi-Oh came out in like 2003
ish. That was my guess, my estimate.
So the actual manga itself came out in 1996.
The manga? Yeah, but what about the anime? Because the manga was completely different from what the anime ended up actually being.
Yeah.
Like the manga originally, the Yu-Gi-Oh card game that we know was only one game that they originally played.
Yeah.
Like.
It doesn't say where. When did the Yu-Gi-Oh anime start? September 30th, 1996. Wait, what?
96? Oh,
What's your
maybe.
Yeah, unlike most other media. Yeah, it says 1996.
What about? Say change that to in the U.S. In U.S. because like the dubbed version, right?
Yeah. First episode date was 2000.
2000. Okay, so I was a couple of I
you're
knew
close.
I knew it wasn't as early as the 90s, but
But yeah,
so
it's pretty good. Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty good. Go watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
I love the original series. Like I would rewatch the original series. I actually did watch it not about a year ago. I rewatched the entire original saga like before it changed to like GT and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it all and I was super hyped about it. I wanted to get into Yu-Gi-Oh so badly after that. I was like, I wish I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid. I was a Pokemon kid.
For a while, I had on my PS3, I had a Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Like it's like $15 or something like that, and like you go through all the games and stuff like that, and you have to. They kind of make it almost to the point where you have to kind of pay to win because you can get cards just by playing the game and everything like that, right? But like you don't get like once you beat the first rounds, like you don't get really good enough cards. You kind of have to start. They kind of make it do so that you have to pay for it. But I'm cheap. I never did. So
yeah. Well,
it was always still fun.
Like I see streamers play it a lot, and they just keep getting wrecked by Exodia. Like I keep seeing people being like, no, they play like Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards, Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards, and they're finally just like, oh, and they just got Exodia'd. They're just like, oh my god, I got turn 1 Exodia'd. What the fuck? So
hence why that card is illegal in actual like there's still tournaments of Yu-Gi-Oh to this day.
Absolutely. Like old games never die. Like there's still Super Smash Bros. Melee tournaments. I'm sure there are still like Doom tournaments. I've been watching a lot of speedrun controversy content lately. Like Todd Rogers. I don't know if you know that name. Known as the King of Gaming, but it was basically confirmed that he basically cheated to get most of his world records. So yeah, because the Lance Armstrong of gaming. Basically. So one of his all-time world records was on a game called Dragster, and he claims he got the record time of 5.51 by switching into second gear before the race even started. and then from there on going forth, he was barely able to ever replicate it, and it was confirmed by assisted tools and like using AI programs that you can't actually get that time without cheating. Even an AI can't do it, which if an AI can't do it, you can't do it.
Yeah.
The highest possible time you get is a 5.54. So his Guinness World Records have been like revoked. He's been kicked off like websites, stuff like that. There's just been a lot that's been going on. So yeah, it's a fun time in the gaming world. But anyways, we're gonna move on into something else. So apparently, according to Comic Book and a report by the Wall Street Journal, the only reason I'm not referencing the Wall Street Journal is because they're like, oh yeah, you have to pay to see our articles. It's like, nope. I'm just gonna read what goes off this website and just hope it's true, even though I read it and it's like, you know.
So it's hearsay so far.
It's hearsay so far, and honestly, it's like, it's really not much here. There's not much fact, but basically what it just says is, Sony is basically focusing on the hardcore gamer market instead of focusing on things like TV and entertainment and being like a all-around console. Like apparently PlayStation and Sony are basically just saying we are focusing on the games and the gamers themselves, which is admirable. I can totally understand that because people buy a console not to have a remote for their TV. They buy a console to play video games. Some people do enjoy that aspect. Like I know some people who like using their Xbox to play Netflix or Hulu Plus or whatever have you, you know? So people enjoy that aspect, but for hardcore gamers, I probably say that if you are just focused on gaming, you're not focused on getting achievements or performance or anything like that. If you're looking to strictly buy a console just for like gaming, I would strongly suggest going with the PS4 or the PS5 from what these articles say, because that's what it's starting to look like. But that all could be in suspicion, because it could be that the PS5 is outclassed by the Xbox, and it turns out it could turn out to PS5 is worse than the Xbox at gaming, and in so stance there's no reason for the PS5 to exist, because other than exclusives, because why would you buy a PS5 when you can buy an even stronger Xbox console that does even more for you?
Yeah, I don't know if I doubt that will happen, because I remember when Xbox One and PS4 came out, they were pretty evenly matched. It was just like there was a few things that were like one had a little bit of something over here, the other one had a little bit more over there. Like, but for the most part, they were pretty even.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that the Xbox, what is it called? Sorry, Xbox 2.
Xbox Scarlet is the project name right now. I don't think they've confirmed a actual name until it comes out.
So whatever it's called, and the PS5, they're probably gonna be same idea. It's gonna be people that some people like PlayStation better, some people like Xbox better, some people like both. Like I don't think there's gonna be enough of a like to blow one out of the water. Like, and like for me, I bought my PS4 to game and stuff like that. I still do game occasionally, and I have a few games. Honestly, most of the games I have are both Xbox and PS4 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point in time, my Xbox is more of a DVD player / streaming service.
Yeah.
Sort of the fact they have Netflix, and YouTube, but they for some reason don't have a Crave app on PS4.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that's probably because it's a Canadian site. But
is it?
Anyway, whatever.
But it shouldn't matter, because Xbox is American and Sony's like, what is Sony?
Japanese?
Yeah, they're Japanese. Yeah. So Sony's Japanese, so I don't know if that makes a difference in anything, but I prefer Xbox just because I'm a huge achievement hunter, and that's like the main reason I will buy video games, because I have all of my progress stored on an Xbox. I've grown up with Xbox a lot. Like all of my progress is on there, and it's like, cool, look at all of these games I have. And the Ultimate Game Pass is like, now it's such a good deal since I just got into it for reasons that we already explained. Yeah. Like I would rather
you like that bleep bloop that shows up on the screen. The boop, boop.
The good old achievement hunting satisfaction of hearing that sound effect pop up. Oh my god. And especially after beating a hard game. But anyways, that's just my personal preference. I got into PC gaming only for like 1 or 2 games. Other than that, I basically played on console. And even when I used to play on PC, I would go back to console. Like, I would remember one day I was just like, I'm just craving some zombies. And instead of buying the game again on my PC, I was like, I'm just going to take my old Xbox, which nobody uses anymore, take it out from the common space that me and my brothers have, because nobody plays it, where I'm going to take that, I'm going to put that in my room, underneath my desk, hook it up to a monitor. I'm not going to have sound, but I'm still going to play some fucking zombies. And I played Black Ops 2 Origins, zombies, and I loved it. And I upgraded all the stabs. I was having a really good run. I remember I would pause the game and go get food for an hour and then come back, and that was just a whole thing. But anyways, let's move on to the next topic, which is pretty hard hitting to lots of the gaming community. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo unite against Trump's gaming console tariffs. So, I love how the way they describe this. Everybody's favorite hairpiece recently proposed tariffs on goods imported from China. So, the three big companies, being Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, they decided to make one big letter to the Office of U.S. Trade Representative, and they claimed that these tariffs would hurt consumers and put jobs at risk, which it does. It absolutely does. Yeah. And this whole article goes into saying, like, what's going to happen. 25% tariff on video game consoles, which would likely raise the price for consumers. The hardware. One of the other things that they said that really stuck out with me is each video game console comprises dozens of complex components sourced from multiple countries. A change in even a single supplier must be vetted carefully to mitigate risks of product quality, unreliability, and consumer safety issues, which is very, very true. Like,
yeah, that's like for not even just gaming. That's just like for fucking anything.
That's
like
everything.
Everything's. Yeah.
Does Coke taste the same as Pepsi?
Not quite.
No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not. I prefer the taste of Coke. Some people prefer the taste of Pepsi.
Yeah.
And it's not just that. They're manufactured differently. So imagine you change that formula just a little bit. You add a little bit more sugar to the Coca-Cola recipe. Will it be the same? No, it will not. Will it taste sweeter? Absolutely. Will it be better? That's up to the consumers to decide. And like, imagine changing something that's so integral as like a hard drive. So imagine going from this reliable hard drive source to this hard drive source that you have to move over to because these tariffs are in place. Let's say they don't work as well with the Xbox and they actually keep making it crash. Like, who does that hurt? That hurts everyone.
My question, though, is, I don't know how much you've read into it, is the reason why he's doing that, is it to try to get more jobs in America, of like, instead of the Chinese building all this stuff and then the buying it from it, do they want to build the factories in America themselves and then they therefore get people built into these factories? Like, is that the reason why? Like, if so, then, but if it does, then that's going to still make it more expensive because that's the built in America, made in America thing, right?
I think what part of it is it's part of the Huawei thing. So I don't know if you've been keeping track of Huawei, but it's reported that Huawei is basically spyware, and that's why Americans are not allowed to buy Huawei phones in America because they are basically spying for the Chinese government.
Okay.
And according to this article that I looked at after I saw this information was, apparently like half of them are actually like spy phones or something like that. Like, I have no idea what the numbers are. I'm just trying to like look for it in this huge wave of information because I never really see an article that has this much information. So, but it does say, okay, recent study of Huawei devices found more than one half had vulnerabilities exploitable by China. So that's why like we're so dodgy. Not weird. Like, America is so dodgy with American. We're not Americans. We're Canadians. Americans are so dodgy with this whole China situation. That's why these tariffs are in place.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that.
Okay.
Other than that, it's probably just because Donald Trump is just like, yeah, you know what? America for life. We'll just build everything here. And it's like, that doesn't go over well. Yeah,
exactly. Because like, it's probably part of his like Make America Great Again type thing. So they're trying to get American product, which, so there's a whole two side, like that's a weird thing that turns into like the kind of debate of it a little bit is the fact that, yeah, do you want things built in America, which instead of built over in China? Great, that gets more jobs, but then on the other hand, that makes things more expensive, right? So, but then there's so many things to think about like that. So I totally see what you're saying about with like the 3 big gaming consoles that do this stuff, like, and that's gonna therefore make it more expensive for consumers because you're not gonna want to buy a PS5 if it's $300 more expensive than what a PS4 was, for example, right?
Yeah,
when they first came out.
Like, and it's gonna hurt like Microsoft. It's gonna hurt Sony. It's gonna end up like cutting jobs. It's gonna be shutting down like offices and stuff like that, all because of these tariffs and stuff like that. So, apparently, from what I've read so far, no new tariffs are coming into place right now. Like all of the old tariffs that have been proposed are still like on right now. All new tariffs have not been told at all. They are still discussing.
Nothing's been confirmed yet.
Nothing's like set in stone. Yeah, exactly. So, well, hopefully, our favorite hairpiece does not become, it doesn't actually do this just for the sake of gamers themselves and consumers in general, because it probably won't even hurt. This definitely won't only hurt gamers. This will definitely hurt other corporations and companies and consumers of other different products as well. Things that we buy from China ourselves, because China is like a huge exporter of goods that the entire world buys. Like
fucking everything.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So, like, hopefully
what do you have that doesn't have a
made in China sticker? Anything that has a made in Taiwan sticker.
Yeah, exactly. Or Indonesia, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. So, let's move on to a better politician, a stronger politician. Bernie Sanders, the man, the myth, the legend, is now streaming on Twitch. He is now streaming on Twitch because they have an IRL and a just chatting section, right? So, this report says
I heard about this.
He made a channel, a Twitch channel of Bernie Sanders, and everyone loves Bernie Sanders because everyone's gonna run with him. So they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a great idea. This is a great way for us to get views, for like to spread the word about our presidential campaign." So
transmedia,
exactly right. This is a huge form of transmedia. So there was an article recently that said Bernie Sanders' new Twitch channel needs fewer campaign ads and more Bernie Sanders. So apparently. I love this picture too. In this picture, it shows like someone donated money to his stream to help fight his presidential cause. So he's accepting donations, and we'll get to his Twitch later. So he's running for president, but apparently it's not featuring much of him. It's featuring a lot of his 3 followers and a lot more political stuff rather than Bernie Sanders himself, the man everyone loves. So. That's a huge thing. It's like everyone was promised Bernie Sanders. The name of the Twitch channel is Bernie Sanders. So where is Bernie Sanders? Nobody wants to watch a political debate. They want to watch Bernie Sanders explain stuff to them. That's what everyone hoped for. That's what everyone was like hyped for. And now it's kind of just like it's the Bella Delphine controversy. I don't know if you heard about that.
Vaguely.
Like this Instagram personality, I'm just gonna say that for reasons. She was like, if I get 1 million likes, I'll make a Pornhub account. And she made the Pornhub account, but it just ended up being meme videos, and everyone was upset about it. And it's just like, I don't know how upset you can be about this. There are probably dozens of girls that look like her, but anyways, we're going way off topic on this.
That's like
we're just gonna leave it at that. But anyways, everyone's upset about Bernie Sanders not being much on Twitch, which I can understand, because if you come on to a stream, let's say you come on to Brown Man's stream, you want to see Brown Man. You don't want to see his friends for the most part, unless they're just as equally as entertaining as Brown Man.
Or there's like a multiplayer or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like, it's a huge misfire. So I don't know how well it's doing for his presidential campaign, but it is stronger than what other candidates are doing because they are reaching a brand new audience through Twitch, which is something amazing and awesome that I was really happy to see.
Do you know what they need to do?
What's up?
They need to get Bernie Sanders playing, like, I don't know, Apex, Fortnite, whatever the most popular game is right now, with Obama. Like,
dude,
get
that would
Obama
be
on there.
sick.
like having his iconic voice, like everyone, like there were people that wanted to break the U.S. Constitution so that Obama can continue being president when the elections were going back in
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, that's exactly what everyone wanted. So everyone go on Twitter, make a hashtag Bernie Sanders should play with Obama. Fucking
Bernie, yeah.
tweet at Bernie Sanders, say, hey, you should play fucking Apex Legends with Barack Obama and see how that goes. But speaking of games that Bernie Sanders should play, I found this article called Bernie Sanders has a Twitch channel. Here's what he should stream. So these are just video games. So some of these video games I've never heard of before. But
what games that you haven't heard of before?
Dude, you'll understand when you hear some of these. So Democracy 3 is a game that people want him to play. Tropico 6, 2 Point Hospital. Like, I don't know what these games are.
Are you sure these aren't people just trolling?
No, it's just because it's like they're all things that he cares about, like universal health care, managing a government, government simulation games. So that like it's basically reflecting the government and how he would run things. And it's a smart thing because it would be like this is a test basically of what is he going to do when he's in power. Yeah, so
yeah, and if you're live streaming, so you get like to live stream like his decisions or whatever on this game or something. Yeah.
So here's some other ones that I've heard of. So Civilization 6. You Are Jeff Bezos. Never heard about that one. Fortune Street. Dream Daddy, a dating simulator. I'm pretty sure that one's just for fun. Final Fantasy VII, and I never really understood this until I read the first sentence of this. If you can recall, Final Fantasy VII really kicks off by starting a revolution. So you're starting a revolution against exploitation of Mako energy. So yeah, you could do that. Undertale, Hitman 2, which if you don't know what that game is, it's about assassinating people. So let's see what he does. And the last one as a bonus would be Persona 5. Persona 5 being a game that's all about...
You would watch that.
I would watch that for sure. Because you know why? Because Persona 5 is a game about making relationships with other people. So there's like 16 or so people that you can actually play with in the game. So what you can do is you can talk to these people and grow a better relationship with them. You can ignore them if you want. So it'd be cool to see how he does that. Does he balance his time with everyone and make them all equal? Does he use some people more and some people less? Does he not even talk to some people? Like that, those are some cool things. Plus, it's just a fun and engaging game that I think he would be hilarious to see him go through. And it was a 96-hour game for me. With like
shit.
Then that was only with like 4 or 5 deaths. That only sent me back like an hour total.
I don't think he's gonna be playing quite that long. He's
No.
a pretty old man.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be playing any of these, unfortunately. But one can hope. So yeah, we're gonna show his Twitch page because there's something cool on his Twitch page that I was noticing while I had this online. This is like for a few hours, or like while I had this open. There are people talking in his Twitch chat. Still talking. This is like a follower-only chat. These are people still talking while things are not on, like while the channel's offline. So it's
people
weird
just
to
having
see
conversation. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
like they're not full-on conversations. Most of them are like, let's take a look back. Wow, nobody home. When is Carson streaming? Like, and some do Minecraft gameplay, bro. When is Bernie finna play Minecraft? Like, yeah.
Okay, so nothing major, just random little things, but still. It just shows that it's still he has a following of even without even being there.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking to find a new streamer about political things, go follow Bernie Sanders. And I wasn't joking when I said there was a donate button. I didn't show it the first time, but yeah, there's a donate button down here.
Yeah.
And there's
okay, I can't wait until like Trevor Noah has him on the show and talks about this on the Daily Show.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. That'll be fun to see. But anyways, yeah, so that was the Bernie Sanders thing. We're going to move on to our last few topics for the gaming corner. We're going to start moving into movie stuff. So Sony wants to create an R-rated God of War movie.
Yes!
Yeah, so I was excited to see this. I know a lot of people would be excited to see or even hear about a Sony movie, or a God of War movie, sorry. the only things that I expect from this movie, if it's in development, which it's not in development. They said they have no plans for it. But if
it's just they want to.
Yeah, if there were ever to make a movie, I don't have really any like anything for cast or directors or anything like that. I just want to say, if you're going to do this, focus on the gameplay of the game, which is heavy violence and fighting, and focus on the lore and the characters themselves. Please do not just make it some boring, like, off to the mill side. It's like, oh yeah, this is Kratos' wife before she died. Like, no one wants to see that, really, unless you make it interesting and cool and make her even more of a character that we should care about, or make a spin-off. Like, if you make a really good God of War movie, by all means make a separate one, make a TV shows about it. It doesn't really matter. Make like a mini webisode, or do one on his son. That would be super cool. But please, for the love of God, do not fuck this up. Do not fuck this up.
Because, like, so I remember a while back we were going to talk about it on a podcast earlier, that there was supposed to be rumor, but it was totally fake, that Jason Momoa was rumored, which, again, not actually true, to play Kratos.
Yep.
Which I think if that was to actually happen, that would work really well. Like, Jason Momoa is a fucking badass. So, as long as they actually have a good mix of, like, okay, this is who I'm fighting, and this is the actual lore, the reason why, and they actually show, like, the reason why he did it is because the gods, like, killed his family and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
But don't dive too deep into that, like, because the main game is them. Him doing that. It would be hard to kind of make it, like, based off of like which game do you base it off of?
Yeah.
And do you, like, go up to like 1, 2, or 3, or do you do, like, how far in his fight? Like, you can't go into, obviously, just like every movie that's based off a video game, you can't go into the same amount of detail.
Yep.
But it'd be interesting to do a good story of, like, actually going up and fighting, and who do you have as the gods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think it would be
interesting. So let us know what you guys think. That would be super cool. Would Jason Momoa play it? The correct answer is yes. Jason Momoa will be playing God of War in our version of the God of War movie. We're making it, y'all.
Do you know what? I'm trying to be a director. That's what I'll do. I'll just write I'll write a movie. Tree? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll write it myself. And then it'll be a very, very shitty indie movie.
Can I just be a tree? That's all I want. I just want to be a tree.
Be a tree that Jason Momoa cuts down with his axe.
Yeah, or I'll just be like a skeleton that, like, runs in him. It'd be a pretty spooky skeleton.
But there's that with the Uncharted movie that's coming out. Again, I think we talked about that earlier. That it's kind of weird, but where they're going on that road, I don't get why they're anyway. Okay, but hopefully, like, and the fact that the new Tomb Raider movie, in my opinion, was pretty good.
Yep.
Like, they're starting to get video game movies to actually work. Some are still shitty, like Assassin's Creed was still shitty.
Oh, it was awful. Like, I didn't even see it, but I just saw, like, the mechanism that the guy uses to, like, run around in the simulation. I'm like,
yeah.
Do you not play, like, the games at all? They're laying flat on their backs and they're playing it through their fucking minds. Like, I understand, like, that's not interesting in a movie perspective, but all you have to say is, all right, hop on the board. And then you just hop on the board, no expositional dialogue, boom, you're straight into the killing and the fun parts. And I swear to God, if they put I haven't watched the movie and I kind of want to, but if they put a fucking trailing mission in this movie, I'm gonna kill someone.
I don't remember. I saw it. It wasn't that great.
If I see one guy Assassin's Creed following the other guy behind a bush for a solid 5 minutes, and then he ends up killing the guy, and it goes to slow motion, and it becomes super anticlimactic and boring, I'm just gonna be like, done. This movie sucks. Rotten Tomatoes was right.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, so don't even. But, like, so other than that movie, my point being is that they're starting to get better, right? For the most part, they're getting a little bit better. They're not as bad as they were in like the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will actually have a good narrative, and actually, if it does end up getting made, that is.
Don't
right?
need no raptor Yoshis for some fucking 8-foot Goomba. Like, Jesus Christ, we don't need that again. So, this, I told we're going to end off the gaming segment with Jayden's Gaming Corner with an argument. God of War dev reckons Kratos would easily beat Thanos. Do you, like, I'm going to show the GIF right now. This is the GIF that he put it with. So the Santa Monica studio is watching Raising Kratos. So this is what GIF they have, which is the you remember the GIF of the guy of Super Hot Fire, like the guy going like.
Oh, okay, yeah,
yes,
okay.
It's that with God of War characters.
Oh, okay.
And all the tweet says is like Kratos with like the bicep popping emoji is greater than Thanos.
Honestly, I'm a big enough fan of the God of War games, and I've played almost. I think there's only one God of War game that I haven't played, and it's just one on PSP. And I think, especially without the, if it's Thanos, no gauntlet, like easily Kratos would easily win, because like you freaking shove a sword through Zeus's chest in God of War 3, and like even in Endgame we see how strong Thanos is without like with the gauntlet, without something like that. Like at one point it takes Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America to try to face him in Endgame, but and that's also movie Thanos. Movie Thanos is still a lot weaker than comic book Thanos. So it also depends. I don't know. Hit it up, Death Battle. You got this.
Yeah. Like
it's time for a death battle.
I was expecting you to be like, no, Thanos is stronger, and here's why. With the Infinity Gauntlet, yeah, you could just like, he's
honestly,
gone.
Again, still maybe not, because I haven't played the newest God of War game,
which apparently is like #1 on a ton of lists. It's like critically acclaimed as an awesome God of War game.
But of what I've seen of like trailers and stuff like that, he has so his weapon is similar to that of Thor's, and like so by the end of Infinity War, Thor with Stormbreaker was able to damn near take out Thanos with the gauntlet with all 6 gems in it.
Yep.
So like Thanos, honestly, like again, this is movie Thanos. They weakened him a lot compared to comic book Thanos. Movie Thanos isn't that crazy powerful, like in comparison to some other character. Like Thor was able to, he would have damn near won, like defeated him with Stormbreaker. So therefore it depends on how you scale that. Like, is Stormbreaker as powerful as like Kratos's new axe? Because Kratos can have that ability of like tossing his axe and catching it like Thor can. So yeah, you thought I was gonna be, but like
I thought you were gonna hardcore defend Thanos.
I'm a huge Marvel fan, but like movie Thanos is not that strong. Like, and like the reason he's like super powerful in like the comics is he's trying to impress the incarnation of death herself, right?
Yeah.
And he's a lot more evil, and he's more powerful in the comics. Like everything is more powerful in the comics because they can just say fuck it and just do what they want in the comics, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, I think it would be more difficult with the Infinity Gauntlet for sure,
but not impossible.
And I think because of the amount of things that Kratos has taken out, like he's killed like all the gods in the Greek mythology, right? He has the ability to fly. He has like the different like lion heads to punch and stuff like that. Different weapons. One of his weapons is literally to take someone's soul out of their body. So I don't know. I think it would actually go to Kratos, honestly.
So yeah, there you go. We have the argument winner for us would be Thanos would get decked by Kratos.
Yeah.
And in a spectacular fashion, mind you, because Thanos is a beat 'em up, God of War is a beat 'em up, so Thanos would get beat up pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
especially with Boy, his
With
son.
who?
Kratos' son.
Oh.
Who Kratos has a son who helps him in the new God of War game.
Okay.
Like Kratos can't read sometimes, so the boy reads, and the boy has a bow and arrow and helps him out from time to time. So
Okay.
so with Boy, easy win.
Yeah.
Because Boy would paralyze Thanos, Kratos would get up in his face and deck him.
Yeah. Because again, even going back to like Infinity War, like so like the scene on Titan when it's the Guardians and Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, it took all of them to kind of like paralyze him, but like some of these, so how many? So Spider-Man's human, Iron Man's human, Star-Lord is human, so they have like human strength. Spider-Man has superhuman strength, but still,
Yeah.
3 out of however many characters there were were human, and they were still able to damn near defeat Thanos there. So like again, movie Thanos is not that strong.
Yeah.
They hyped him up so much in all the movies, and
Doctor Strange is human.
and Doctor Strange, but he wasn't a part of that main fight that I'm talking about.
Oh,
They're holding him down, but he was basically anyway. Like I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like
it's pretty.
yeah,
I feel like
I'm a big Marvel fan, but again, like those were one of the games that I did. Like I mentioned in the previous, I think that was one of the games I mentioned that I in the previous episode that I actually played a lot of. Like God of War and Uncharted were the 2 big games that I played all of them. So
yeah. Well, I was looking to get God of War at some point, and I still am. Maybe if it drops to like $10 or $5 or something, I'll pick it up. But
yeah,
that won't be for a long time. So, anyways, we're gonna segue this in from movies, from video games into movies. So, would you like to take away with our next topic?
So, bringing that into still somewhat connected, bringing it into one of my favorite, honestly, definitely one of my favorite animated movies of all time. Definitely one of my favorite one of my favorite movies of 2018. Fucking up there, pretty well. I don't know. It's almost better than Infinity War. I loved this movie. Fucking Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was so good. If you want to hear my review, I made a video about it on this channel. Yeah, man, they're officially greenlit to get a sequel. Like you actually told me about that, but that's like where did you see that article for it again?
I saw one on Facebook and then I saw one on Twitter.
Yeah, like that's fucking dope. Like Spider-Verse is so good.
I have one other thing that might excite you. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is on Netflix, but only in the US right now, which is bullshit.
So that means within the next few months it will come
to Canada.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Like I've already seen it. I've seen it, I think 4 times already, and I would watch it again. It's such a good movie. Like I love that the art style of it, the actual character arcs, the surprises about it, how they intertwined each character, and like there's a few little I could be a little nitpicky if I wanted to throw in stuff about it, but like for a few things, but like it's such a good movie, man.
Yeah, it's
like
so
it
good.
definitely won the Oscar for best animation. Like I would have been like when it came up to it was that or like Incredibles 2, and it was like Incredibles 2 was good, but Spider-Verse was like hands down better. Like,
I watched Incredibles 2 and I was happy with it, but I was like, I feel like there's something missing. There's still missing like that Disney magic that's been lacking for so long, but I will say this about Incredibles 2. Miss Incredible thick. I just like was in the theater with my friends and I just like looked at them and I'm just like, dude, Mrs. Incredible is thick, and we just started laughing our asses off, and we're like, we're surrounded by 8-year-old kids, and we're just like, yeah, she thick, dude. Yeah, she thick. And it's like, oh, okay, we really should not be saying this to a bunch of 8-year-olds, but we're not saying it to them.
They're just around.
Exactly. So it's not nearly as bad.
And you're not, and honestly, fuck, you're not the only one with that opinion anyway.
Yeah. But anyways, it's super exciting. I still haven't seen it. I saw Homecoming today, this morning.
Finally. this was another. Sorry, I just not to cut you off. And it's just so it's still kind of tied together because it's animation. I saw Toy Story 4 the other day too.
How was it? Oh God, we need to talk about that. How was
Yeah,
it?
actually, no. Do you know what? You talk about Spider-Man first. Let's keep it on Spider-Man first,
And then we'll go to Toy Story.
and then we'll go to Toy Story.
Okay.
Now that you finally saw Homecoming.
I saw Homecoming and I was like, I expected a lot from it, but it diminished just for the fact that I saw a lot of the action already from the trailers.
Okay.
Like I saw the boat scene happening. I saw the scene with if you need the suit, you don't if you're nothing without the suit, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And I saw that coming, and that was cool to see that happening. The twist at the end with Spider-Man's date actually being the daughter of the bad guy was hilarious. What was really cool was just like seeing them go from, we were just contractors working on this job, and we're passionate about what we do, and we're doing everything awesome, except for the one guy. The one guy was an asshole, and he deserved to be incinerated, by the way. He was a dick. He was a reckless asshole who jeopardized the entire operation, and he expects to just get away scot-free. Also, I don't know what the guy was thinking. He's like, I thought this was the anti-grav gun. What's the anti-grav gun gonna do? Still,
he was just to punish him, like get him stuck on the roof or something like that, to say like "fuck you" instead of straight up killing him.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what? The straight up killing was better. I think it led to better character development of how much this guy will go through to make sure his way of life isn't jeopardized. And like, it was super cool to see everything, to see how Spider-Man never like bended his morals to be like, yeah, I will kill someone. I will let someone die. Even the bad guy who was like trying to escape with all of those grenades was like, no, don't do that. You're going to die. Like, that was super cool. The Iron Man scenes were pretty cool. The thing that I never really got was like, this kid's 15 and he's a superhero, but nobody listens to him. Like, even with the guy, even Happy, who was supposed to listen to him, was like Peter was just like, hey, like, there's these bad guys with futuristic weapons. It's like, oh my God, this kid again? Fuck this.
Yeah, and that's a small little plot hole in the movie, I think, is the fact that at the whole beginning of the movie, Happy's ignoring him. He doesn't care. He doesn't read any of his texts and blah blah. Like, and then by the time the movie's actually happening, he finally answers the phone. Like, like, why does he finally decide to actually listen to this phone call from him?
It's been 2 months.
And
like, the reason Spider-Man went AWOL was because he was feeling neglected and he wasn't listened to. Imagine this movie, but he was actually listened to by his handler. The handler's like, oh, this is some pretty serious stuff. We should look into this. Or if Iron Man tipped off Spider-Man and said, hey, we're going to have FBI on the boat. Like, what the fuck? Like,
told him that he called the FBI to,
There were some stupid things in that, but overall, I really enjoyed the movie. The ending was pretty hilarious with Aunt May just, what the fuck? And it just cuts. I was dying. The best.
When I saw that in theaters, that was good. I remember it was a really good laugh. So
the best scene was when Ned was in the chair and he's like typing away at both the computers, and the teacher comes in. Oh, there's a dance going on. Why are you back here? I'm looking at porn. It's just not the answer he was expecting.
I love the just before that moment when he's going by and he's like, guy in the chair, and he's swings back and forth between the two computers.
Ned was an awesome character. I loved him.
Honestly, my favorite part was something that was a throwback. You probably have never heard about this, but there's a pretty iconic image from the Spider-Man comic books where he's underneath a big pile of rubble, and it shows like the spider reflection, and he's like trying to push himself and everything. So that scene in Homecoming when the Vulture goes and crushes the entire building down onto Peter, and he's like crying and depressed and everything like that. That's honestly one of my favorite scenes of the entire movie, because it's like it's that callback to the actual comic book panel. That's a really iconic page, and doing it almost the exact same way of having the reflection of the Spider-Man mask or whatever, or next to it or something like that. And it's really showing his, like, I have to fucking do this moment. It's that, like, holy shit. Even, like, it's one of the few moments that it's not just it's just a serious moment. Even though the entire movie is action and comedy, and the whole movie is amazing, but that one moment is just like shows the holy shit, you can actually fucking do this thing. Like, don't give up.
Yeah,
Hard, right?
like that was like the most inspiring scene, was just being like the callback also to Tony Stark saying of if you're nothing without the suit, you don't need it, kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, that's absolutely true. If you need that crutch to survive as a normal person, then why do you need it? Right? So you need to be happy with yourself to actually rely on something else, kind of thing. You have to be stable in your own mind before stabilizing on something else, which was an awesome kind of theme for the movie, and I was pretty happy with that. But
but my question, because you saw like Infinity War and Endgame already, right? Yeah. Have you seen Civil War, like when they introduced
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man?
Yep.
Okay, so you just didn't watch Homecoming. Okay.
No, I just skipped Homecoming, and I love the nod back to Infinity War where he's like vlogging himself.
Yeah.
Even though they did mess up some of the lines, I think.
Not Infinity War, Civil War.
Or Civil War, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So they messed up some of the lines where he like flies in with and steals Captain America's shield. It's just like, what does he say in Civil War?
No, it's not the line. It's the angle that he comes in from. Because the line is Tony Stark going underoos, and he goes and jumps and grabs the shield, and then he's like, I could have stuck the landing better. And then he's like, oh no, but it's new suit and everything. I'm getting adjusting, and then he's like, but nothing is perfect. And then, but then in Homecoming, yeah, I don't remember what the line is in Homecoming. It might be a line, but
hi everyone.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. And I think, but I do remember like part of it is like the angles of like where he's coming from too, because like where he's recording himself, and he goes, oh, like the tiny guy's big now, I gotta go, or something like that, because he's the one who comes up with the wrapping it around Ant-Man's legs and everything, that plan. So, but yeah, I do really like that. He's like how a teenager actually would be this day and age, like vlogging and everything. Like, this is dope. Like, even though he can't share it with anyone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it's really good. It's honestly, it's one of my it's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. I'm still not sure if I like it better than the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man, because the original one is still really good.
Don't think I've watched the originals. Not even with like Tobey Maguire. Nah, not even.
Yeah. But like I'm also, Spider-Man's also my favorite like character like of all time. So
I keep seeing memes of him, if that makes a difference. I keep seeing the pizza time meme. I keep seeing the meme of him like walking down the street, like pointing at other girls and stuff like that.
That's from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
And the train one when he has like yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Tobey Maguire like constipation one.
Yeah.
But
anyways, let's move on to Toy Story. So how is Toy Story 4?
I saw it. It's really good. So I wasn't planning on seeing it, but I decided to watch it anyway.
Did Woody come out as bisexual though? Because that was like a huge controversy.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, debunked.
Yeah, like, okay, do we want me to talk like overall, or like spoiler or spoiler free, or what do you?
I would prefer spoiler free, because I think the first few months should be spoiler free, and then afterwards it's just
okay. Well, so I can go spoiler free. Like from the trailer they go through it's about him trying to find Forky, right? Which it's pretty unique, because like it's actually pretty funny, because like him thinking that, okay, this is one tiny little detail, him thinking that he's trash because he's a fork.
Yeah.
So he doesn't think, he's like, why am I alive? Like, it's really funny.
He's having like an existential crisis kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it goes through, and it has a pretty good dynamic of like Woody and Buzz, and still trying to work together and everything. Where the story is going, of like, honestly, a lot of people of like other podcasts that I've listened to and videos and stuff are like, was this a cash grab from Pixar / Disney? Like, because 3 ended the Toy Story story like really well, of like Andy moving on and giving his toys to his new neighbor or whatever, the new kid, Bonnie, right? So this was just like going in. Did they have to make another one? No. Is it still a good story? Yeah, I honestly liked it. I liked it better than Toy Story 2 and 3.
Ooh, that's a hard thing to
Yeah, I
say.
don't know if it's as good as it's been a long time since I've seen the original, but it's honestly right now in my mind it's tied with the first one. Like everyone says sequels aren't as good as the first one, right?
Hmm.
And which is true for almost every movie
Yeah,
like ever.
or
But
TV
this
show.
TV show, game, whatever,
Like,
what have you, right?
mm-hmm.
Um,
Because on
like
the topic of sequels, I wanted to talk about an anime that I just finished watching called Kikaguri. But anyways, continue.
yeah, but like it had a good start, good finish, like good middle end, the whole middle and end. There was nothing really that I found that felt like out of place. There was there was good funny moments that were like because Key and Peele
Yeah.
they voice Ducky and Bunny.
Hmm.
They're carnival toys.
Yeah.
So, and there are the little like dynamics there, and as we talked about before, like Keanu Reeves, he's in it as Duke Kaboom.
Dude, kaboom!
Yeah.
Was he as
So
outstanding as the like videos of him recording the lines were
I
making him out
liked
to
it.
be?
He had a they had for being a tertiary character, he had a decent amount of role to his character and everything.
That's actually really good.
Um. Oh, the line from it is just, um, yes, I Canada, because he's a Canadian toy. So it's like, okay,
That's so
that's
good.
a little throwaway, but it's so funny.
It's
But
such a
yeah,
good line. It's
yeah,
so good.
exactly. And having an actual Canadian voicing a Canadian, like, yeah, I thought it was cool, and like, yeah, exactly. From Keanu Reeves, we've seen voice him moving and stuff like that, so it kind of it plays with the character and everything. Yeah, it's if you get a chance to like see it, it's really good. Like again, just like how I was talking about Into the Spiderverse, um, it's not just a good animated movie; it's just a good movie in general. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of good themes about it, and throughout the movie of like parenthood and teaching your kids and stuff like that, right? Again, like there's more themes, but that's kind of goes into spoilers of it
Hmm.
without doing that, right? Um, but it, I don't know, like yeah, it's a really good movie just to watch. It's an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's
So it's a pretty good like lengthy movie.
yeah, like dude,
What's your final rating on the movie out of 10?
out of 10, uh, okay, wait. I'm trying to think because I rated it. I'm honest. Okay, wait. With yeah, because I was kind of comparing it to my rating to Infinity War, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, I don't want to base it off of another movie. Um, say without going into full detail and breaking it down too much, I'd say about an eight, 8.5 out of 10.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I would say because there's a few little details that are like, it's like, but like it's really good because it's a good kids movie, and just like all the other Toy Story movies and most Pixar movies in general, that are good for kids and adults to enjoy
Yeah.
because the story is just that good.
They're just a solid movie, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
There you go. Okay. So let's move on
Like,
to our last two topics.
yeah.
So
Sorry that neither of those were technically topics, but
no,
it's
but
all good.
they're good to talk about. So
Yeah.
Davis wanted to talk about this one, Lobo coming to Syfy. So I'll let you take it away with this one.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Lobo's like a pretty popular character for people that are fans of DC comics and stuff. The basic little rundown, I'll give a basic rundown of Lobo. He's a space bounty hunter. He has like this tricked out motorcycle and everything. He has a super enhanced healing factor, like equivalent to like Deadpool's. Uh, and there's basically he got introduced in the show Krypton. Krypton is a show that's a prequel to like Superman. Basically, it's all about the planet Krypton, and it's a few generations prior. Basically, I'm actually going to start watching the show now that I heard a little bit more about it. Um, it's has to do with like General Zod and stuff like that, and I don't know the details, but Lobo apparently is getting his own Shobo. I just wanted to actually say that because, sorry, I had to say it because I heard it from Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man Beyond. If you don't want another one, that's another one, good one to listen to. But apparently it's going to be a spin-off connection. I'm kind of comparing it the same way how Punisher got his own show based off of being introduced in Daredevil on Netflix. It's kind of the same idea. It started off in Krypton, and now he's going to be getting his own new thing on Syfy. To my knowledge, Krypton was a 10-episode season, which is good. That way you don't have any huge fillers or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a character that has the thing with most DC stuff is that it's in space. It's hyperactive.
Mm-hmm.
There's strong, superpowered characters and everything like that compared to like Marvel, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah, he's another popular character that a lot of people that are big DC fan, big comic book fans like that, people will enjoy it because hopefully, I don't know, Swamp Thing only had one season, got canceled after one season. So some people are getting superhero fatigue. Some people are still riding the train. I'm still riding the train, but not on. There's so many shows. But
I feel like in almost every regard to different types of TV shows, people are getting burned out in some way, or even not even just in TV shows and things in general. Even with something as simple as food, it's with me, it's oh, which pizza place should I order from? It's well, I know this place sucks. I eat from this place all the time. I eat from this place all the time. I don't really enjoy this taste. I don't like this. It's I need something new and refreshing. Even with video games, I remember there was a solid year where I was just stumped, and I was just I just don't want to play video games. There are no good video games. I just don't want to play them anymore. And I played Persona 5, and Persona 5 was so uniquely different, I latched onto it. And then I played Octopath Traveler, and that was so uniquely different that I latched onto it. And then it's now it's just this isn't really uniquely different, but I'll play it anyways. I'm playing the new Call of Duty. Not uniquely different, but still fun. I'm playing Wizard of Legend, which is a game series called, it's in a game category called roguelike, or a genre called roguelikes, and it's basically you have one life to complete the game or you die.
Oh,
or
shit.
You restart the game.
Okay,
basically.
yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah, so you get better each and every time, and you get more and more forward each time, and blah, blah, blah. But these games are, still fun, but it is heavily saturated in the market with a few genres. Zombie games, for one, have become super saturated. I remember a long time ago, zombie games were the things to play. I remember Call of Duty Zombies came out, Left 4 Dead came out, things like that. And now with games like State of Decay, what's another zombie game? Shit. State of Decay was a huge one.
Well, the big thing that launched that was Resident Evil, right?
Resident Evil,
that was the forefather of and Telltale did a Walking Dead Telltale zombie game.
That was good. That was a uniquely different zombies game because it was a really, really strongly written story with interesting gameplay mechanics. The new ones just don't have that charm to them. I played A New Frontier. I basically put the controller down for a solid half hour, didn't pick any of the dialogue choices, and the game played itself.
So it's more about the story than
your actions.
The action.
Yeah. And it's some of the characters you just don't give a flying fuck about. It's the writing is so poorly written. But it's there are still some games that are zombies that are still good or really heavily asked for in the community. One of them being Call of Duty Zombies. Call of Duty Zombies has a huge following in people that enjoy this game, and I keep watching content that's here's a new part of the story we didn't realize before. Here's something new that you could do in the map. Here's a new challenge that you guys can do. Here's a new high round world record. I got to 106 this time without using these special elixirs. Now it's your guys' turn to try it out. Things like that, and it's those things are uniquely cool, but zombie games in themselves have kind of run their course right now. They need something new and fresh to bring it back. Yeah. Even the World War Z game that was supposed to be Left 4 Dead 3, I haven't heard much about it. I have not seen World War Z clips. I haven't seen anything like that. I feel it just kind of died.
Was that meant to be connected to the movie?
Yeah, it was the movie style game. So you saw the zombies start piling on top of themselves to get to you and stuff like that. But
Do you know what would be an interesting zombie game?
what's up?
I Am Legend. The Will Smith movie? No, is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh,
The Will Smith one where they're like they're not zombies, but they're kind of zombies. They're like no, what is it called? I think that's what it's called.
I Am Legend, you said?
I think so. Yeah, have you seen the movie Will Smith?
I think I saw part of it. Isn't the one where he's like talking to mannequins and shit like that?
Yeah, that's the one with the dog. I think that would
Yeah.
be like a good horror zombie game.
That would be interesting. I haven't seen it fully, but that would be cool. That'd be cool to see a different, unique kind of zombie game. But
Yeah.
like the new fad right now is battle royales. Battle royales are coming back out, which I'm pleased to report Fortnite is now like one of the second most popular games on Twitch. The top one being Minecraft.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, Minecraft like has superiority over fucking Fortnite and
Everything.
a multitude of recent. Yeah, exactly, basically. But the newest thing that's coming out right now is a game called Auto Chess, or a genre called Auto Chess. The newest one being based off of League of Legends from the creator Riot Games, called Teamfight Tactics. Basically, with Auto Chess, you get these characters and these items, you put them in a certain formation, and you go in a one-on-one battle against another person who built their own team, and basically you're just trying not to die.
Oh, cool.
So it's a lot about strategy and a little bit about like luck and stuff like that, and that's kind of becoming the new fad. So I've been seeing a lot on Twitter and YouTube and stuff like that. But there's also a lot of shit going on YouTube, like the whole gambling mystery brand controversy. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
So while we were on the topic of loot boxes last week, in between I think last week and this week, two famous YouTubers by the names of Ricegum and Jake Paul released videos of them playing on this website called mysterybrand.net, which they are sponsored by. They basically made a video saying like, you guys should use this website, it's legit. You spend $10 on this crate, you can get like a bunch of shoes or something from this crate, like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, up to something as ridiculous as a $250 million mansion. And it's like, that's fake. And even if you do get it, you're going to be paying $2.5 million in taxes on that house.
Yeah.
So if you get that house, you're going to sell it instantly, get that $250 million, and keep that for yourself. Go find another house that only has like $100,000 in taxes every year if you're really that much into it. But anyways, so they use the website, and it's a complete scam as so far as I've been hearing. Like, people have been losing their money and stuff like that, but they keep thinking it's legit, and they're catering it towards kids to try to get kids to be like, oh, I have my mom's credit card. Let me spend $500 on this crate to win like a MacBook Pro or something like that. And the worst part is some of these crates aren't even worth it. Like Jake Paul, he spent $1,000 on a crate, and guess what he did? He lost $600 on this crate because he's like, oh, I'll take the Apple Watch. Apple Watches nowadays are worth $440 US. He spent $1,000 US. And he's like, oh, I won. This is so cool, guys. I made it out big. It's like, you lost like $3,000 in this exchange.
Yeah, but he also is who did you say, Jake Paul?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, he's also a multi-millionaire YouTuber, so he can afford $1,000.
Yeah, but he's so fake and genuine in this, because he's like, oh yeah, I care. I want to buy, like, I want to win an Apple iPhone. It's like, no, you don't. You can fucking buy 10 of them with pocket change.
Without freaking, yeah.
Without lifting a finger. And it's just like, that was a whole controversy, and people called them out for it. Jake Paul was like, oh, I stand by this. And Ricegum was like, oh, wait, I did this, but a bunch of other people do it, therefore it's okay. It's like, no. Like, everyone just thinks he's targeting him because he's the bigger channel, but he's dying out now. He's dead. There's been so much YouTube drama lately. Like, one of these YouTubers, he unfortunately committed suicide. Rest in peace, Etika. He will be missed. He was a YouTuber, and he had been fighting, I think, a few different, or like a mental health thing or something like that. That's what H3 said. Something like bipolar. So, and he was dealing with a lot, and he ended up just ending his own life. And there was a YouTuber by the name of J Station. The day after he passed away, the guy was like, oh, I'm going to go into a cemetery and use a Ouija board to connect with him, to profit off of this guy's death. And it's just like, how insensitive are you? Like, how much of a dick do you have to be? He's like a shitty YouTuber anyways because he faked getting beaten and his house broken into for the fun of it. So, you know, that was a lot of fun just to watch all that shit go down. But anyways, let's move on to our
I was gonna say, how did we get down this rabbit hole?
I don't know how we did, but you know what? Let's just go to the next thing. So the last thing that we have, Davis found this, is 10 best legal free movie apps and free TV shows apps for budget streamers. So this is for people who want to, say, watch the latest TV show or the latest movie, and they don't have the money to pay for like Netflix, or they don't want. Pardon?
Latest. Most of the time, you don't really have the latest. It's more just
yeah.
For most of them, it doesn't look like from any of these have like anything super new.
Yeah, it's like not the latest, but just like some
new shows without having to pay for all the streaming services.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of them, the first one is Crackle, and I tried getting Crackle. Unfortunately, it's not available in Canada. So, don't know how that's working.
On to the next one.
Crunchyroll, VRV, and Funimation. So this is basically all three. So the price is free to up to $6 a month, and I can probably speak pretty highly on Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll actually does put out premium content. They put out anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A few hours after it airs in Japan, so they're like on their game about this. And so if you need anime or anything like that, cartoons, like go to Crunchyroll.
Did they do? I'm guessing this is just subbed versions, not dubbed.
They have dubbed. I think they have dubbed and subbed.
Okay. Cool, because like I'm finally catching myself up on Dragon Ball Super, so
does Crunchyroll.
But I don't watch enough anime to watch it subbed. Like it bugs me.
Yeah.
So I normally just watch the dubbed versions, but still
focused on subtitle content, while Funimation specialized in English dubbed programming of Japanese anime.
Yeah, so Funimation is the ones who do the dubbing for Dragon Ball Super, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
they were the ones who did Yu-Gi-Oh! And Baby. Yeah, right.
If you want subs, go to Crunchyroll. If you want dubs, go to Funimation.
And it's showing showing here that it does like some old Nickelodeon shows. So if you want some old cartoons like from back in the 90s or something like that, you can do something like that there too. Speaking
of old Nickelodeon shows, I think on Netflix they actually put on The Fairly Odd Parents. They absolutely did that because I downloaded a bunch on my phone. But they also put on SpongeBob.
Yeah, and SpongeBob's been on there for a while.
And they put on Avatar again. So if you haven't seen Avatar, like The Last Airbender, go fucking watch it on Netflix. They don't put it on constantly. They keep taking it off for some unknown reason. So if you wanted to watch it again, it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, go for it. But anyways.
As we're talking about free content, free shows, go back to Netflix.
Dude, Netflix is like the thing to watch.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you want to come over and watch the thing? Oh, let's watch Netflix. Hoopla, didn't really see too much on this, but I clicked on it and it looks all right. It's free.
It looks like a kind of like almost like a free version of kind of like the DC Universe app, because the DC Universe app is shows, movies, comics, and like web series, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what I'm reading here, it says it's connected to like your library. So if you have, I have no idea, I haven't looked at it yet, but if your library supports this app, then and you want new shows, because like if the Edmonton Public Library has this, I might get this, because getting like the comic books and stuff like that on here, TV shows, ebooks, and
audiobooks,
yeah, that's a good thing. That's cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, there you go.
It's connected, it's probably only America as well, most likely.
Well,
let me check on this. Let me click on it. Let's find out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't install. I have no idea if it's in Edmonton, but I'm gonna try it out, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's cool.
There you go. So the next one we have is one called Hotstar. So far it looks like it has like The Big Bang Theory, Invasion, a few things like that. It's one of the most popular free movie apps in India and similar places. And it offers movies, TV shows, and live sports, which is actually super cool, because live sports, usually are only broadcast on TV, or you have to pay for a subscription service for
Yeah.
them. The streams seem to work okay in their advertisements as you'd expect. However, aside from the limited availability, it's a serviceable free streaming program or platform. A lot of the app's complaints stem from the World Cup and how Hotstar didn't do too well. So if you're not going to watch it on the World Cup, if you're going to watch the World Cup, probably not a great idea to use it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Neither of us are really huge fans of sport, but I do watch the occasional like UFC fight or the occasional hockey game or something like that. So, and I don't honestly, where I live, my place, I have unlimited internet, so I don't watch my Telus regular TV. Like I'm literally on some like a streaming service, some form of a streaming service anytime I watch a TV or movie. So anytime if I want to actually watch a UFC fight, if it's on here, it'd be a good way of kind of doing it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the internet's kind of taking over for TV, but we'll see how that goes. The next one is one I can like kind of personally vouch for. It's called Kodi. It's a media player for Android. So you have like YouTube and like different add-ons and stuff like that, and you can like watch old movies and stuff like that. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are like, yeah, they're filmed on someone's video camera and they're just pointing it at the TV. Some of them are actually like screen captured super well with awesome like sound quality. Some of them are like downloaded. So it's free. And it's
don't know how legal that is.
Don't know how legal it is, but apparently this website says it's legal. But you know, I enjoy using it from time to time. Like, well, I don't fully use it. You know, like I'm usually watching YouTube or something like that. But if I don't see a video, or if I can't find a series on YouTube or anything, like that's what I'll usually go to if it's not on Netflix. So
yeah,
might need to cut that out actually.
Whatever.
It's not like it's illegal.
Yeah.
Fucking watch.
Especially in Canada. Technically, TV shows in Canada are not illegal because it's the same. It's the same if you were like if you had like a PVR and you recorded it and you saved it that way. That's technically still illegal as long as you're not selling it and trying to make a profit off it.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I don't know about movies. I think it's like a 10-year gap or something, same with the same law with movies, because like say like Star Wars is on Space Network that are showing Star Wars, and you decide to record it and then put it into your computer and delete the commercial breaks or whatever, and save it that way onto your computer. It's the same, like that's the same principle.
Yeah.
But again, you just can't sell it to make any profit.
Yeah.
I do believe I could be wrong on this, but in like America, I think it's just 100% illegal. You cannot do it.
Yeah.
So Canada for the win.
Yay. So here we're gonna move on to the next one. Next one is Pluto TV. Don't really know anything about this one. It's another popular option for free movie apps. It offers hundreds of TV channels and thousands of movies and TV shows on demand. Works like most of the others. You can watch ads and get video content in exchange. It only comes with 17 curated movie stations for things like horror, romance, comedy, and others. The ads aren't as annoying as most, and the app actually works pretty well. This is one of the better options on our top 10 list. So apparently Pluto TV is actually fairly well.
Most of these I haven't even heard of.
Yeah, exactly. This one is called Popcorn Flicks, specifically for movie content. From the app, it actually looks like really good. So, you know, if you're gonna do that, like if you're really looking just specifically for movies, maybe Popcorn Flicks is right up your alley. And the last few you have Snag Films is like Popcorn Flicks. It's a service specifically for streaming free movies. So there's a lot. I never knew all of these apps existed. This is weird. Tubi.
I've heard of that one. I've used it before.
Is it good?
It's not bad. The content that's on there is. The last time I opened it and looked at it, it's a bunch of content like I have never even like heard of. Like it's definitely not. It's definitely not anything like new. It might have been updated now. Maybe it is, but so like when I first heard about this, it was like, free content. It was being advertised as Netflix, but free. But it didn't have anything close to the same like content as what Netflix had. Like you're
Mhm.
looking at shows and movies that never even heard of.
Yeah, exactly, right.
I don't know.
So I don't know. Like
Maybe, maybe not.
I'm looking at this picture right now, and the only things that I really recognize are Charlotte's Web, and that's it. There's nothing else that I really have watched or really seen before. So
Hmm.
you know,
I might have, yeah, I might have updated, but I'm not sure.
yep. And the last one we have on the
Second
official
last
list, yeah, Yidio is an app that streams video content. However, it's an excellent way to search for streamed content. This app lets you search Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Showtime, and over 300 other services to find the movies you want to see. So basically, it's like Amazon, basically, kind of.
So it searches if you're looking for a show, it's gonna search which platform it's on, and then it will connect to that platform.
Sorry, it's more like Trivago. Yeah, so it's like Trivago for hotels. So like, it basically collects a huge database, and it's like, oh, you want to pick this one? It's over here. You know?
Yeah, I wonder if like, yeah, that's what it sounds like based on reading on the description. Like, but so do you go use this, go to like Hulu, for example? Do you have to still have a Hulu account to do that, or will it like connect and then steal that show from Hulu so you can watch it like on your phone?
Well, from what this says, is you can then see if any services show them for free legally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you're more right. Yeah, it's just like kind of finding it for you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep. That's
yeah,
about
well,
that.
I don't know. There's some of the stuff. Like I said, I have used some of these. Look through the one that I was looking at that I'm probably gonna actually do is the one that's like connected to the what is it, Hoopla, the
Mm-hmm.
one that's connected to your library, because I already have an app on my phone called Overdrive
Mm-hmm.
that's connected to the Edmonton Public Library. So how I get just my regular books or audiobooks, if I want to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can do that and get it actually connected to the Edmonton Library, I'd do
That'd
it.
be
It
sick.
gets other shows, movies, comics, and other books or whatever for
Mm-hmm.
free. That is probably the most interesting to me. That seems the most legit. Some of these seem like it's technically legal or whatever, but it might be a little sketchy, or like you were saying, like a camera video or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hell, we're going in getting into the film industry. Pay for your films so I can make
Yeah.
money when I start making them.
Yeah, exactly right. Don't fucking download them off the internet from Pirate Bay or whatever. Like that it's just illegal and it's immoral, but then again, everyone's done it before in the past. Everyone used LimeWire. Everyone's used LimeWire to download music and
Yeah.
more probably. So you know what? It's fine sometimes. Like of when you're short on money and you want to listen to a song. But then again, subscription services exist. Like Google Play
Yeah.
Music, you have an unlimited library basically, other than like songs nobody's heard of or songs that are like super niche, like the Minecraft Christmas song. Like that's probably not on Google Play Music, but if it's popular enough, it probably is. There's
Yeah.
Spotify, there's student discounts. Like pay
Yeah,
for your
exactly.
shit. Pay for your shit. I'm paying for my shit.
Yeah.
I remember
So,
like having like tons of things, like tons of music downloaded from LimeWire as a kid, but now it's like as I start to get older, I'm like, all right, I can pay for this and skip the effort, and I understand how
Yeah.
much it affects people and how it
Yeah.
actually fuels their careers. It's like if you were to, and the thing I don't like, and the thing that I do that stops content creators from like getting money and stuff like that is I have ad blocker up. I have ad blocker up, and main reason is I hate ads. I absolutely hate it. Let me get to the meat of the video, because I know that my view for an entire video is probably more than the ad. I'm not 100% sure, but I know you're probably going to get more satisfaction than me being like, oh yeah, there was an ad on this video. Now I'm just going to click off, rather than being like, there's no ad, but I watched your entire content and I enjoyed it so much more
Yeah.
without the ads.
But you can so tell that YouTube is really pushing the
ads.
YouTube Red, because like videos have 2 ads before the video now.
Yeah,
Like
it's
for
insane.
some of them, it's like So they're really trying to push you to get the YouTube Red. You won't have ads.
Get YouTube Premium, and you'll get
Yeah.
YouTube Music as well. It's like everyone has Spotify.
Yeah.
Why would anyone use it? I have
They
Google Play
exactly
Music.
they finally came out with being able to have music on YouTube and close your phone, but you have to fucking yeah, you have to pay for it,
Yeah.
just like everything, because you know. But
YouTube has taken
it's
such a
good.
big fall too. Like I remember it was just like, oh yeah, YouTube Music, it should be a thing, and YouTube would be like, oh yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. We'll experiment with it. I remember when YouTube Rewind was a place of awesomeness and not cringe, because I watched like the H3HD's video on the YouTube or on the YouTube Rewind. I remember fucking Casey Neistat, this old ass white dude, and not that old. Sorry, Casey, but you're kind of old compared to us. Like with these two young like 16-year-old girls, and he's just screaming K-pop, and he became like the Mr. K-pop, like Psy from Gangnam Style kind of dude. And I was just sitting there, I'm just like, really? And Will Smith is there. Who the fuck who invited Will Smith? Will Smith is not a YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He's
Exactly.
Like, he films. He's in films. If anything, he films a TV show which he doesn't put on YouTube that I know of at least. So they put him on here. Or Ninja. Ninja is not a YouTuber. He uploads clips to YouTube, but he primarily focuses on Twitch.
He's a Twitch, yeah, exactly. Well, he also started becoming a little more popular on YouTube, but he's a Twitch streamer, and then he started jumping over to YouTube to make, because like the term is starting to become content creator now. You're like you're not like a YouTuber anymore, because like you upload to multiple sites. Like even you and I right now we're uploading to multiple. We're obviously not a content creator, like paid content creators yet, but you know we still are, because like a lot of people, like I'm gonna use Ray William Johnson for example. He started off as YouTube, like just talking about reviewing like the clips of the week or whatever, the viral videos, and then he made his own skits and stuff like that for YouTube, and then he transferred them to Instagram/Facebook, whatever, and so he's a content creator, right?
Yeah.
Like,
or my favorite one was the Rhett and Link. They make Good Mythical Morning.
yeah.
But they have their own brand now, and they actually bought out Smosh so they didn't go under, kind of thing.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like,
Yeah, because what was it?
Smosh is garbage. They were good back in 05, 06, 07 maybe, but
I enjoy some of their stuff now. I still enjoy it.
I also watched Smosh when they were like, because Smosh is one of the first YouTubers. Like they came out before Google bought YouTube. Like they were the one. I remember watching Ian and Anthony when they were still like in like high school. They were graduating.
Yeah.
Like back then, and then I remember them doing a video being like, "Hey, we're gonna be off Smosh for a while," because they went to school for film, and then they came back and But I don't watch them anymore. I think the only original YouTuber I still watch is Nigahiga.
Nigahiga, yeah, he's pretty good. So I just looked it up real quick, and so Defy Media was shut down for God knows what reason. Apparently, everyone was blindsided.
For stealing money.
Was it?
Yeah, what's it? Matt Pat did a video about that.
Oh wow. Well, there you go.
They were stealing money from from the content creators.
Yeah, and apparently Anthony had stocks. He didn't get paid to sell his brand to Defy Media. He just got stocks in the company, and I don't know how much he lost, but like, damn, that kind of sucks. But they were acquired by Rhett and Link's Mythical Entertainment, so that's where it comes from.
Okay, that's good.
According to this Google search that I did really quickly.
It's quick, yeah, of course. You're not gonna go deep dive into it, but no, I never even heard of it. So, I know that they do the same thing as any other content creator of buy our merch, like this is our stuff, blah blah blah. I didn't know that they were their own independent company. That's cool.
Like Smosh, yeah, they went from just a website to a website and YouTube. Then they moved on to like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. Then they started getting more professional, like they had more equipment, and they started acting more actors. They added like an entire acting squad. Well, they had the first thing they had was they had Mari, who ran a.
I was gonna say Mari, yeah.
Mari had Smosh Pit, and then they had
And
what's
they
it
did
called?
gaming and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they did Smosh games with Jovenshire, Sohinki, and Lasercorn, as well as Mari.
Hmm.
And then they added, I think it was like Wes and someone else. And then they had like their YouTuber squad, which was like Shane, Courtney, Olivia, Keith, and fuck, I can't remember his other name. But yeah, there was 5 of them, and I remember they made some pretty decent content too. I remember they went to go learn how to be strippers, and it turned out the guys were more talented at stripping than the girls,
Oh, so
or something like that.
they kind of tried to do like a Try Guys video.
Yeah, kinda.
Same
Yeah,
idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know there was an episode like I watched a while ago. Like, I think it was just before the Try Guys broke off into their own channel off with
Mhm.
there was a thing on Smosh Games, I think it was, where they did a collab video with the Try Guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're like, yeah, but it's same idea with like BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed started off as just a website, blog, whatever, and then now they're a huge like company on YouTube, right?
Mhm. So yeah, that's that. That again, we keep going down rabbit holes, which I actually honestly enjoy. I love going
Yeah.
down rabbit holes and doing stuff like
Exactly.
that.
It's the type of thing that people like to listen to sometimes, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, there you go. That'll wrap up the podcast for this week. Yeah, that
This
was a
was
doozy.
this was a long one. There was a lot of rabbit holes, but like I think it was a really good conversation, especially like jumping into a lot of stuff, like going into like
Spider-Man.
I really liked how I just randomly came up about Toy Story. Like
Yeah.
that was dope.
Toy Story.
I forgot that I wanted to talk about that. So yeah.
All the gaming news and stuff like that. All the links, of course, will be down in the description as normal. Make sure you go follow our Twitters again, because we like putting stuff on Twitter. We've been getting more active in that. Our Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this
And
video.
SoundCloud too.
And SoundCloud, yeah, I was gonna mention that. And make
Yeah.
sure you go follow our SoundCloud, because we upload there as well. So yeah, that'll about do it here for us. Yeah, like and subscribe. We decided also, for simplicity's sake, we are going to try to do more reaction type videos if we have like a trailer that we want to watch. So let's say the new God of War movie comes out with a trailer, or like the new Uncharted movie, because that's way better.
That's gonna be
example.
closer. Yeah.
Let's say they come up with a trailer. We will react to it, and then we will post a different video on it.
Yeah, instead of part of the podcast. So it's going to change it up a little bit. That way, the content is the same that you're watching on YouTube as you would be listening to
On SoundCloud.
on SoundCloud.
And we're going to try to, if we do try to stream, it will be streaming more video game stuff. We've tried streaming in the past with our podcast. It hasn't worked out too well regarding audio issues and stuff like that. So we're going to try to get more into some of the gaming stuff, such as like, playing Apex or Call of Duty or something like that. We're still trying to figure that out.
We're building the Multimedia Madness brand.
Exactly, right. We're going into different forms of transmedia, but that's all for the future. Yeah, that's gonna do it here. Any final comments, Davis?
Have a good Canada Day,
Woo!
everyone.
Canada,
We're coming
number
up to
one.
Canada Day
July
tomorrow.
1st.
Well, the day as for us recording it tomorrow's Canada Day, so
We're gonna go
let's
get
have a
drunk
couple
on.
drinks. Not too much, but not Canada Day, but on the 4th of July, because even though I'm not American, but my best friend's getting married, and I'm getting fucking plastered.
Is it open bar?
No, but he's paying for the groomsmen, like the groomsmen and the bridal party it's getting paid for. It's part of his bill.
So go get drunk.
Yeah, I'm
some
gonna have a
bottles home
good.
with
Yeah, my 4th of July is
Yeah,
gonna be bigger than my Canada Day, but still,
Yeah,
like,
my Canada Day will definitely be bigger than my 4th of July.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
as
also
an actual Canadian.
I'm also gonna try to get back into streaming as much as possible during the summer, because I'm gonna have a lot more free time during the week, because my hours at work are not the greatest. So I'll be trying to stream as much as possible then. So
Yeah.
yep, sounds good.
Alrighty then. Have a fun day, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Talk to you again next week.
peace, guys.